In this lesson, we're going to convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. Right, when converting mixed numbers to improper fractions, you may use the following steps, but I'm going to show you two methods. Right, what you can do, you can multiply the whole number by the denominator. We have our example there. So it's 2 and 1/3. So you multiply the whole number by the denominator. So we say 3 times 2. And then we add the numerator to the product. The product we are getting here is 6. So 3 times 2 is 6, and then we add the numerator. So and then plus 1. And then the answer you get in step 2 is the numerator. So it means the answer we get from saying 3 times 2 plus 1 becomes our numerator. And then we write the numerator over the original denominator, which is 3. So it is actually like this. We say 3 times 2, 3 times 2, and then plus 1, and then over 3. Okay, and then what we get 3 times 2, 6, 6 plus 1, 7, 7 over 3. Right, the other way you can do this, we separate this. We say this is like 2 plus 1 over 3, and then 2 is like 2 over 1, and then plus 1 over 3. Now we want this denominator to be 3, so what we do, we multiply it by 3, and then we multiply the numerator by 3, and then becomes 6 over 3 plus 1 over 3. Now the denominators are the same. We can add the numerators, which becomes 6 plus 1, which is 7 over 3. That's another method. 4.5, what we do, we say 4 times 2, and then plus 1. 4 times 2, and then plus 1. So it's 4 times 2 plus 1 over 2, which is 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, so it's 9 over 2. Then the other method, we separate the whole number and the fraction, which is 4 over 1 plus 1 over 2. Now we want to make this denominator of 1 to be 2. We have to multiply it by 2. So we say times 2. If you multiply the denominator by 2, we must multiply the numerator by 2. So we say times 2 there. And then what we get 8 over 2 plus 1 over 2. And then now the denominators are the same, we can add the numerators. 8 plus 1 is 9, we get 9 over 2. 9 and 3/4, we can do this method, 4 times 9, and then we get the answer, and then say plus 3. Okay, so it becomes 4 times 9 plus 3 over our original denominator, which is 4. 4 times 9, that is 36, and then 36 plus 3, that is 39. 39 over 4. Then method 2, we're saying this 9 and 3/4 is 9 over 1 plus 3 over 4. Now we want the denominator to be 4 here, so we multiply by 4. We say times 4, and then we multiply the numerator by 4 also, then times 4. Then what we get? 4 times 9, that is 36. 4 times 1, that is 4. Then plus 3 over 4. Now our denominators are the same. We can add the numerators. 36 plus 3, that is 39 over 4. We're getting the same answer. And then let's do this one as an example. Then we do an activity after that. We say 7 times 3, that's the first method. And then we get the answer, and then we add 3. So it's like 7 times 3 plus 3 over 7. Then what do you get? 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus 3 is 24. So we have 24 over 7. Okay, the second method, 3 and 3 over 7, we have 3 over 1 plus 3 over 7. So now we have to multiply 1 by 7 to get a denominator of 7. So it's times 7. Also the numerator times 7. And then what we get 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 3 over 7. Now the denominators are the same. You can add the numerators. 21 plus 3 is 24 over 7. Now you can do this activity. Pause the video here and do this activity, and then we'll do it together after that. Alright, let's do A. Method 1 is 5 times 3 plus 2. It's 5 times 3 plus 2. We multiply, then we add, and then over 5. And then what we get 5 times 3, 15, 15 plus 2, 17. So it's 17 over 5. Then method 2 is 3 over 1 plus 2 over 5. And then we multiply the denominator by 5, so that becomes 5. So it's times 5. And then also times 5 here. Then what we get 3 times 5, which is 15 over 5. Then plus 2 over 5. Now the denominators are the same. We can add 15 plus 2, that is 17 over 5. Then B, we have method 1, we can say 9 times 1, and then the answer we get plus 4. So it's 9 times 1 plus 4 over 9. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 4 is 13, so we get 13 over 9. Then method 2 is like 1 over 1 plus 4 over 9. So 1 over 1, we want the denominator to be 9, so we say times 9, and also here times 9. So it becomes 9. 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 1 is 9, 9 over 9 plus 4 over 9, and then add the numerators, 9 plus 4, 13 over 9. Alright, C, method 1, we can say 3 times 6, which is 18, 18 plus 1, which is 19. So it's 3 times 6 plus 1 over 3. Then what we get, 3 times 6, 18 plus 1, 19, 19 over 3. Okay. And then method 2. Method 2 will say this is like 6 over 1 plus 1 over 3. 6 over 1 plus 1 over 3. We want to make the denominator to be 3, so it says times 3, and then also here times 3. And then what we get, 3 times 6, 6 times 3 is 18 over 3, then plus 1 over 3. Now the denominators are the same, we can add the numerators. 18 plus 1 is 19 over 3. D, method 1, we say 5 times 101, and then plus 4. 5 times 101 plus 4 over 5, our original denominator. 5 times 101 is 505, 505. 505 plus 4 is 509, 509 over 5. Now method 2 is like 101 over 1 plus 4 over 5. Now want the denominator to be 5 here, so we say times 5, and also here times 5. And then what we get 505 over 5 plus 4 over 5. And then 505 plus 4, we get 509 over 5. The last one, we say 3 times 5, which is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. So it's 3 times 5 plus 2 over 3, which is equal to 17 over 3. Now let's break this. 5 and 2/3 is 5 over 1 plus 2 over 3. Right, we want to make this denominator to be 3, so we say times 3 and then times 3. And then what we get after that, we get 15 over 3 plus 2 over 3. Now we can add the numerators, 17 over 3.